Hi everyone, Thao here. So today we are taking a look at the WF-1000XM5s, which are the latest true wireless earbuds from Sony. Although the name still doesn't quite roll off the tongue, there's actually quite a few changes over the 2-year-old XM4s, which launched in 2021, including a $299 price tag, up from $279. Today, I want to talk about my personal experience with them, as well as how I think they stack up against other high-end earbuds from Apple, Samsung, and Google. So starting off with the design, it's available in either black or silver. The earbuds themselves have a sleek and compact new look. I have the silver one here, and calling it silver is quite a bit of a stretch. It's more of a stone gray if you ask me. There's a semi-glossy finish all around with a matte finish on the front, and the outward-facing mic no longer sticks out, giving them a much leaner, cleaner profile. Now, comfort is everything when it comes to earbuds. If they hurt, who cares about everything else, right? Well, the good news is that these are 25% smaller and 20% lighter than the old ones. What's nice is that Sony also gives you these foam ear tips that slightly expand in your ears instead of the silicone ones. They've also included an extra set of extra small ear tips to go along with the small, medium, and large you typically get. These ear tips are supposedly more flexible and easier to squeeze into your ears this time around too. These changes should technically make them more comfortable, especially if you have smaller ears like me. The medium ones definitely give me the best sound isolation, but the small feel the most comfortable. With the small tips, I've worn them for 6 hours straight at one point without too much ear fatigue. The medium make my ears sore after like an hour or so. I put them through my typical shake, yawn, and smile test, and the foam tips do a really good job keeping the earbuds in my ear. They've also been fine for running on the treadmill, but if you're using them for more intense workouts, I'd look for something with wingtips instead. They're still rated IPX4, so they'll be fine with sweat and splashing water, but not much else. The Galaxy Buds 2 Pro actually offers the best water resistance rating out of the bunch, if you're wondering. So the big question, are they the most comfortable earbuds I've tested? Not quite. I still think the AirPods Pro 2 wins here. I will say the Sonys are my favorite looking pair though. This is how I'd rank them in terms of comfort and stability. The charging case has a matte, almost stone-like finish, which to me looks really good. It now has a rounder shape and is slightly smaller as well, 15% according to Sony. It can fit inside the side pocket of my leggings with no problem, but isn't quite as thin as the AirPods Pro 2 case, so they do stick out a bit more. It's not just the looks, there's a bunch of new tech inside too, including Bluetooth 5.3 and Bluetooth multi-point connection, so you can pair them to 2 devices at the same time and have it switch automatically. They've gone from a 6mm driver to a new 8.4mm one that Sony is calling Dynamic Driver X. Interestingly enough, this new larger driver is still smaller than the ones you'll find in the other earbuds I have here. But as I've experienced, the driver size alone doesn't tell you the whole story. Anyone spending this kind of money on earbuds should expect top-notch sound. And I will say this right now, these will likely be in the running for the best sounding earbuds. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to describe the sound like an audiophile, but what I can say is that they sound better than all of these. I remember first putting them on and being blown away by the bass, the soundstage, the clarity. Yo, these sound amazing. But anyways, cutting to the chase, this is how I'd currently rank them in terms of sound quality. It features Sony's own LDAC Bluetooth codec, which is only supported on Android devices. Sorry, iPhone people. And basically offers a much higher bitrate for wireless audio. So if you want the best sound possible, you'll need to pair it with an Android phone, and be sure to enable LDAC in the Bluetooth settings. Just note that it does drain the battery much faster. You can of course tweak the sound further if you wanted to in the Headphone Connect app, where you get access to a 5-band equalizer with a separate slider for bass and a variety of presets. In here, you can also enable audio features like 360 spatial sound and DSEE Extreme, which uses AI to make low-resolution files sound almost like high-resolution audio. When it comes to touch controls, one ear handles playback while the other is used for controlling sound modes. In the app, you can swap which ear does what, but that's pretty much it for customization. You can't actually set what a certain tap gesture does, for example. What's new is that they've added a repeating tap gesture. Basically, you continually tap the right ear and the volume will keep going up until you stop tapping. Same thing for the left side. Continually tap it and the volume will keep going down until you stop. Look, it works, but I'm not too sure if it's the best solution for adding volume controls to the earbuds. I wish they would have gone with some sort of swipe gesture instead. I love how the Pixel Buds Pro does it, where I can swipe forward to increase volume and swipe backwards on the touchpad to lower the volume. It's just so much more intuitive in my opinion. What I do like on these though is the head gesture for answering and declining a call. When you get a call, just shake your head side to side to decline it or nod up and down to accept it. There are 2 brand new processors and a total of 3 mics on each earbud, 2 of which are feedback mics used to improve real-time noise cancelling capabilities. So just how good is the noise cancelling? Well, the AirPods Pro 2 has been my go-to earbuds for a while now when I want to zone out and just get some work done. The WF-1000 Mark 5s actually have them beat. But the key is getting a good seal with the ear tips. When I use the small ones, the noise cancelling was sort of underwhelming, but once I switched to the medium ones, wow, they made a huge difference. Indoors, it essentially silences any humming sounds that might come from fans, air purifiers, or anything like that. Outdoors, I'd say it cuts down road noises by like 80%. This is how I'd rank them in terms of noise cancelling. Its ambient sound mode, on the other hand, isn't all that special to me. The idea is to make it feel like you're not wearing earbuds at all, and these do a semi-decent job at that, I guess. The AirPods Pro 2 probably has the most natural sounding transparency mode that I've ever used, and the XM5s don't really compare in that sense.
Alright, so right now you're listening to what it would sound like for someone on the other end of the call. I've got traffic sounds playing in the background and a huge fan blowing straight into my ear, just to see how good the windscreen looks. Like I mentioned, there are 3 microphones per ear, and the ones front and center on each earbud are used to pick up your voice. There's bone conducting sensors to help detect when you're speaking, and they're even using AI now to help pick up your voice instead of your surroundings. For comparison, let's do a quick sample from all the other earbuds just to see how they stack up. Starting with the Buds 2 Pro, this is what the microphones sound like on these earbuds. I've got traffic sounds still playing in the background, fan blowing straight into my ear. What do you think? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? Okay, moving on to the AirPods Pro 2 now. This is what the microphones sound like on these bad boys. Still got traffic sounds playing in the background, fan is blowing straight into my ear. How do I sound? Do you sound good? Bad? Let me know what you think. Okay, last for comparison are the Pixel Buds Pro. This is what the microphone sounds like. Still got noise playing all around. Let me know if it sounds better or worse. Yep.
Yeah, I just realized how crazy I look right now. Postpartum hair loss, by the way, guys. In terms of battery life, the earbuds themselves are rated for 8 hours of use on a single charge, while the charging case offering another 16 hours, giving you a total of 24 hours all in. That's actually the exact same rating that the Mark 4s had, which is actually kind of impressive when you consider that they shrunk these by 25%. Take that 8-hour rating with a grain of salt though, because it can be much less or even better in some cases, depending on several settings. Sony has a really good chart online, which will give you a better idea of the expected battery life for the different combinations of features. It's made for the XM4, but should be very similar for the XM5s. The variance is pretty wide, as you can see. It's 3.5 hours on the low end, all the way up to 11 hours if you use the SBC codec and have everything turned off. Personally, I've been using these with the LDAC codec with noise cancelling switched on from time to time, and I've been getting around 6 hours or so. It took just over 90 minutes to charge with a USB-C cable, and I didn't measure exactly, but it's definitely over 2 hours if you drop it on a Qi wireless charger. One notable improvement regarding the battery though is that the quick charge feature is slightly faster now. Instead of 5 minutes, it only takes the earbuds 3 minutes in the case to get you up to an hour of playback. All in all, the Sony WF-1000XM5s have amazing sound quality plus amazing noise cancellation. It's wrapped in a new design that's both attractive and elegant. The glossy and matte mix works surprisingly well. The smaller size should make them more comfortable if you've got smaller ears, and they've been able to retain the same solid battery life from the previous model. It really does check a lot of the boxes. Now, the $300 price tag is far from cheap, and for most people, it makes sense to go with a set of earbuds made by whoever makes your phone. But if you're an audio enthusiast with the budget, it's hard not to have this near the top of your list just for the sound quality alone. These sound that good. As usual, thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, I'm out here. Bye!